Hey guys, it's Janis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video is gonna be how I spend my study break. So right now I'm on my study break. It started last week and my exams start at the start of April. So I'm now in the beginning stage of my study break and I still have like a month and a half left until my exams. So that is my situation, and that's why I haven't been making videos, because I am very busy, but I thought I'd just take this time to make this one video. And I just sort of want to share my study break daily routine with you guys, and this is something that I do on days where I have nothing else to do but study. So the days where I spend the whole day at home, I sort of have a routine for myself, but obviously not every day of my study break is like this. I will occasionally go to school to study, or I will meet up with friends and stuff like that. So this is not like a very strict routine. It's just sort of what I do when I spend the whole day at home. And so I hope you guys find this helpful, and I just made the exact same video in Cantonese and I uploaded it earlier. So if you're from Hong Kong and you want to watch the video in Cantonese, then you can click the link below and watch the Cantonese version, but it's basically the same video. And yeah. Okay, so you know I do a lot of my planning and my bullet journal, and so for a study break I've been making myself weekly pages, and this is just my whole week over here, and I separate each day into 4 main sections, and in between those sections I'll take a sort of longer break. So basically during the study break I've been trying to wake up at 5 a.m, which is kind of crazy. But since the actual exams start quite early in the morning, I wanted to start my revision in the morning as well, so I can get used to the sort of time, so that when the DSEs, my exams actually come, then I can wake up and be like alert while I'm doing my exams. So I wake up at 5, and around the first half hour of the day I'll do the normal getting ready stuff. I'll go to the toilet, I'll do my devotions and sort of do some stretching because it's always so tiring in the morning, but I'll just do some get ready stuff for the first half hour, and starting around 5:30 I'll start doing work. So the first thing I do in the morning is languages. I actually got inspiration for this from other study YouTubers, because I feel like it is true that language stuff is easier to do in the morning. At least for me, it gives the less resistance. So sometimes it's hard to ease into a study session, but for me I think languages is sort of kind of easier thing to get into. So the first thing I do languages, and for English I will sort of look at complex sentence structures. I'll look at some sample essays, look at some vocabulary, just sort of some basic stuff. And I don't do English every day. I do English like once or twice a week, and so sometimes I'll do English in that part for languages, or most of the time I'll do Chinese because my Chinese sucks. And for Chinese I'll just do like look at some vocab as always and study the passages we need to study, and that's it for the first part of my morning. And so I'll do the languages for approximately like an hour, and that takes me to I think 6:30, and then around 6:30 I'll start my actual revision. And in the morning I prefer doing math or chemistry, because these are the two more sciencey subjects that I take, and I'm not as good as this kind of subject, so I'll do it in the morning because that's when I have the most energy to get through it. So around 6:30 or 7 I'll start doing the science stuff, and I'll do it until around 8:30, just depends on when my other family members wake up, because when my parents wake up I'll go eat breakfast with them, and that is usually around 8 something. So I'll study maybe 2 hours for chemistry or math, and then I'll eat breakfast with my parents and sort of relax at that time, and then they'll take about an hour. So I will rest for an hour and start studying at around 9 something again. And for the rest of the morning I'll just keep doing math or chemistry, and in this time I'll try to do like some past paper questions mostly, because that's how you really train up those two subjects. But I will do that until 12 o'clock. And then at 12 I eat lunch, which is my favorite part of the day because that's when I finally get to actually rest. So at 12 to around 1 o'clock I will eat my lunch and also watch TV. So I will really allow myself to completely rest at a time. I'll eat my lunch really slowly, and I will watch a movie or something, or half a movie, and I'll watch it until like 1 o'clock, and then I'll start studying at 1 o'clock again. So afternoon is for my humanities subjects, and these are the ones that I'm sort of better at. I know them better and I perform better in them, so I put them in the afternoon because the afternoon is usually when I'm the most sleepy, and that's why I put this less important stuff there. And basically for history or English, I will either write essays or I'll write notes or I'll look at my notes. And for, what else do I do? Oh, and then this time I might also do some past papers for Chinese, because I feel like the Chinese exam is a lot of skills, so I really have to practice them. And in the morning, the language session, I just sort of build up my vocabulary, I build up my personal language skills instead of drilling for the exam. So the morning is sort of simpler stuff, but in the afternoon I'll actually drill the exam stuff, and I'll put that in the afternoon because I don't like to do it the first thing in the morning because I'm always really tired and there's so much resistance to doing past paper exercises, so I tended to put them in the afternoon. And then I'll study for approximately 4 hours, and then at 5 o'clock I will stop everything and exercise. So everyone knows that exercise is of vital importance in the examination times because you spend so much time just sitting there, and honestly I didn't used to think that it would be such of a problem, but for my mock exam in January I didn't do any exercise at all, and then by the end of it I felt like I was like a potato. I felt like I couldn't move any of my muscles except for these ones over here from writing so much. But basically I just felt so bad. I didn't feel very healthy at all, so I'm glad I started exercising again in the study break, and I do this from 5 to 6, so I'll either go running or I will do some workouts at home, and both are great just as long as I get to sort of move around. And yeah, I do that for 1 hour. And then at 6 o'clock I will eat dinner with my family. It's quite regular and I won't like watch TV while doing it. I just sort of talk to my family and stuff from 6 to 7, and then at 7 o'clock I'll start studying again. And so I think studying in the evening is the hardest for me. Like, I like studying in the evening the least because I'm always really tired, and after a whole day of concentrating I really don't have that much focus, so I tend to put some sort of easier tasks in the evening so I can do it even if I don't feel like it. So stuff I usually do in the evening includes like writing essays for Chinese or English, or history or English. Well, I mainly do Chinese compos because they're more like creative stuff instead of thinking, so I can do that even if I'm really tired. And I will also look at the news for liberal studies because that subject requires a lot of knowledge about current affairs, so I'll look at the newspapers or I'll just look at some of my Ellis notes. And basically for the last hour of my studying, maybe like 8 to 9, I'll just sort of finish up any loose ends I didn't finish during the day, so I might finish up some flashcards, look at some stuff. It's kind of random. It's like my morning and afternoon have a pretty strict schedule, but in the evening I just sort of do what's left. And so I will keep studying from 7 until maybe 9:30, and then I'll just rest and go to bed. So waking up at 5 a.m. means that I have to sleep quite early, and I used to sleep at around 11 when school was still around, but since the study break I've been trying to sleep before 10 o'clock, so 9 something, and that's why I have to stop studying early because I need some time to kind of wind down, clear my brain before I can go to sleep. And stuff I like to do before I go to sleep includes I like stretching while listening to music on Spotify, and I like reading a lot, and I'll put my phone away because if my phone is around I can never get to sleep early. So basically the last half hour of my day includes just all this winding down stuff, and then I'll sleep before 10. So that is all for my study break sort of routine. Remember to watch the Cantonese version of this video if you want to. And yeah, I'll see you guys after DSEs, I think, so in May, because I probably won't be making any more videos until then. But I hope you guys thought this was helpful, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!